Sup, Raytonites, Raytonisation here. Enjoying stay-at-home orders, yay. I mean, it's like, I didn't go out much to begin with, but if I had the choice, it was fine. Now that I don't have the choice, I'm just going crazy. But anyway, just a teensy little update, I guess. All I've literally been doing is playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. I haven't been playing it for you guys because, Michael has yet to have had the time to show me how to use the program to do that. The only way that I can post any video is using the Switch's record the last 30 seconds thing, which I trim the video to just show the important part that I recorded it for. English. So, little update with the YouTube partnership thing. I am so sorry, my window is open. And that's not annoying at all. Hang on. Oh, is it done? Okay, it's done. Backing up! Anyway, so you know how I was hacked and I lost my monetization and I reapplied and it took forever and no one would answer me and blah blah. Well, get this. My application was rejected and the reason was for like duplicated videos or something. I put that in air quotes. And, they didn't explain what they meant. They didn't say which videos were the problem, and, so I just pressed reapply. It didn't give me the option to type a message to them, so I sent them an email, and we'll see what happens. I hate this. I hate this so much. It has been, like, almost 6 months since... maybe a little less, since I lost my partnership. And it's like they're punishing me for something my hacker did, because nothing has changed about my channel, so why wouldn't my application be approved if my partnership hadn't been taken away before I got hacked? It doesn't make any sense to me. And then, I haven't done anything with DeviantArt, lately. It's been almost 9 months, and I just sent in another ticket today. I'm hoping that my few months of silence will encourage somebody other than Kietz to respond and give me a proper explanation. I don't know if I already mentioned this, but I have a Twitter, despite my hatred of it, so yeah, I guess. My handle is Raytonisation, not hard to find. If you're interested, and there's also a link on my channel page. So, yeah. I mean, I don't like it, but if it's, like, the only way that I can share stuff, especially since it has much lighter restrictions on not safe for work content, then yeah. Jerry, my rat, who is 3.5 years old, he had a very sharp decline, in the past month. We believe he had a stroke, but it could possibly be an ear infection, because apparently ear infection, mimics the symptoms of a stroke. But he's been unable to walk. We've had to remove urethral plugs from his penis because he can't necessarily clean down there very much anymore. He's lost a lot of weight, but we feed him. He can't drink, so we give him Pedialyte to keep him hydrated. He still eats like a champ. I mean, it's not solid, but we give him some soft fruit, and I give him chocolate sometimes, and avocado, and we mush up his kibble. so that he can eat, and he goes at it, and he seems energetic. He wants to just go. He wants to be a rat, but he doesn't seem to understand that he can't. And I know that no matter how energetic he seems to be, he is not living a quality life, because he gets filthy, he can't move, he can't enjoy things. He's just at his time, and we haven't been able to get a vet appointment because of the pandemic until now. We finally got one. It's a contactless appointment, though, on Thursday, which means we drop him off, and I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. So the vet visit is for either determining if he has an ear infection and it can be reversed with medicine and he could possibly recover and live a little longer, a more quality life where he's not suffering, or he's going to be euthanized. And I mean, I had already accepted this once he went downhill. I was like, this is it. But honestly, I'm surprised that he hasn't gone on his own, which I wanted for him. You know, it just, I know euthanization is apparently humane, but the thing is like, you don't know if that's painful. You can't ask an animal who has been euthanized if it's painful, you know? How do you know that it's a peaceful way to go? And, it's been depressing the hell out of me. You know, taking care of him like this, and seeing him in such a fragile and unfavorable state. I mean, I wouldn't want to be left alive if I were living the kind of life that he is, no matter if somebody was taking care of me like that. So he's most likely going to be put down. Michael has a little bit of hope that it is an ear infection and we can reverse it to the point where he is living a little longer with a quality life and not suffering. But I feel in my gut that this is it, and it doesn't make me happy. I am relieved that we were finally able to get an appointment, but you know, I'm never happy about losing one of my children, and it's really, really hard. And for a while there, every time I looked at him, I started sobbing. And I know that I know I'm gonna be a wreck when he goes. For the past couple of days, I've been teary-eyed, but I haven't cried full on since Michael told me that we got an appointment. And we cried together because this is our son, and we're about to lose our son. And, it's kind of making my throat tight just talking about it. So, I don't know. If you pray, keep him in your prayers, that if he goes, that he just goes peacefully and painlessly. You know, I don't want him to suffer, but I also don't want to kill him. But it was a really hard decision to make. But, it's just one of those things that, you know, you have to consider his feelings, and 'cause, you know, they're your children. They're not playthings. They're not objects. They're not toys for your amusement. And we still have Baby Girl, our cat, who's currently sleeping under a blanket on my bed. She likes to go under the blankets. She also likes to sleep on my belly or my abdomen until she gets bored of that place and goes to lay in between my legs when we go to sleep. It's so cute because she comes up and she's purring and she's kneading the blanket, and it's cute. And I don't know, she's just a sweetheart. She's kind of a troublemaker, but all kids are, so, you know. I mean, technically she's in her early 20s in cat years, so, but I mean, you know. So, she's gonna be getting a lot of attention if and when Jerry goes. I don't know how soon we're going to be able to adopt new rats because of this stupid pandemic. This pandemic has ruined everything for a lot of people, and I hate it, especially since we don't know how long it's gonna last. There are people who are not taking it seriously. There are people who would rather, risk other people's lives than stay in their own houses. It's just is bullshit, and I hate it. And I hate also that Michael works for an essential business, so he has to go out there and be exposed. But I mean, I don't know. It's just stressful, and you guys understand. I mean, it's a worldwide thing. If somebody out there didn't understand how stressful this is, I would be like, where have you been? Oh, there's that woman who spent 9 months in space and just recently came back. Welcome home! I'm sure she was not quite aware of how stressful this was. And then there's that 104-year-old woman in Italy who recovered from the virus, and I'm just like, Mama, that's not how you're supposed to be working. So that pisses me off. And, the usual Trump and the Republicans pissing me off, and Bernie Sanders dropping out of the race, and stuff. And I've just been escaping by literally laying in bed all day and playing Animal Crossing. I haven't been exercising. I haven't been as obsessive over my diet. I am trying to still keep myself around. Last time I checked, I was 147.4, I think. So as long as I don't go above, as long as I don't get to 150, I think I'll be okay, even if I don't lose weight anymore. I'm so depressed. It's a combination of the pandemic and Jerry, and it's just, and this is what happened last time I had a big depression and an Animal Crossing game in front of me. I did this with New Leaf too. It wasn't just the addiction to it, it's the fact that I was in a bad place, and it was an escape, and it's just like, I wish that I could just live in the Animal Crossing universe, or even just my own Encephalon universe. It's just like, in Animal Crossing, it's so wholesome, everybody's so nice, and everything's beautiful, and the only criminal, quote unquote, is Crazy Red, and, if you get sick from anything, you just take the same generic medicine you would take for a bee sting, and you'd be okay, like lickety split. And it's easy to make money, you can literally sell everything, and balloons drop money and resources and furniture from the sky, and you get money from trees, and you get furniture from trees, and you farm tarantulas. I don't seem to have much of a problem with the tarantulas in game because they are not realistic enough for me to be afraid of them, but I feel like they might be more realistic in the actual universe. I would probably have a hard time farming them, but hey, yeah, I mean, maybe you get used to it. I don't know. I wouldn't know how it would work. Maybe everything's still unrealistic. Maybe I wouldn't look like I am. I'd look like my character and have little balls for hands and stuff. So I don't know. There's a nice photography function and screenshot function in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So if you guys want to see some pictures that I took, I've compiled them together in an Imgur album that I'll leave the link to in the description of this video. I was thinking about making a slideshow to go with this, but I thought this was easier. I don't know. Just so you could look at it at your leisure, and also I could add a little description to it so you know what my thought process was when taking the picture. So, I play on Michael's Switch account as his character, but he doesn't actually play. Even though I said you should at least try it. So I play on his account, and, so I take pictures with our avatars together and stuff. And there are 2 villagers I'm trying to kick out, but they goddamn won't leave. I had one default villager that I was able to kick out within like 2 weeks, but these 2 villagers that I was forced to have will not leave, and I'm trying to ignore them the best I can, because that is literally the only way you can get them to leave, is to ignore them. Don't touch them, don't speak to them, don't hit them with your net, etc., etc. And then the one villager that I had to invite to my island was Pongo, because she was in my town in New Leaf, and she was just my favorite villager ever. So as soon as I found her on a mystery island, I was like, you're coming with me! And I also found Olaf, who was in New Leaf with in my town, but I was like, no, I want to get to know some new people. So I've got Plucky, who was already there. In my New Leaf town, I had Egbert, and I feel like it's just necessary for me to have a chicken in my town. So, got Plucky, I have Greta, who's a mouse, I have Marcy, who's a beautiful pink kangaroo, and it was during the time of the cherry blossoms, and she blended in with the cherry blossom tree, and I was like, what's moving over there? And it was her ear, and I was like, you have to come with me! So what'd I say? Greta the mouse, Marcy the kangaroo, Mo the cat, who is adorable, Apple the hamster, and let's see. It's hard to count them all. Oh, Julian the unicorn. I found him and I was like, you've got to come with me. You are just fabulous. So I have Julian the unicorn. Says he's a horse, but he's not a horse. He's a goddamn unicorn. He's better than a horse. I love unicorns. You know what? I'm just gonna... Okay. I have Plucky the chicken, Greta the mouse, Mo the cat, Apple the hamster, Pongo the anteater, Julian the unicorn, Fauna the deer, and Marcy the kangaroo. And then the 2 villagers I want out are Zell, the, I assume, gazelle, and Allie the alligator. I just don't want them there. But I have so many girls that once I finally kick them out, I need to replace them with boys. I only have 2 boys, so that makes 6 girls and 4 boys I will have. Yep, barooski dooski. And I'm currently working on my island and stuff, and it's coming together nicely. I finally placed all of the resident houses where I want them to be. And Flick bought all my tarantulas and helped me pay for my last loan. And you don't unlock anything special. I'm not gonna give a spoiler, because I know some people hate spoilers, but it's something where I hope that they update it and put something new and good in there. I'm not sure if I'm letting people onto my island, just random strangers, because you know me, I don't trust anybody. You know, they can't pick up like items and stuff unless I, put them down and not place them. But I don't know what else they might do. I mean, running in the flowers doesn't really do any damage anymore. I don't know. I would have to make sure that my island is completely dishonest person proof. But, I like getting items and stuff. With the one person I've let on my island who's become my Animal Crossing friend, I invited her, and we each dropped some stuff, picked it up, put it in our inventory, and then gave them back, because that catalogs them. So you can, say she dropped me a cute DIY bench, and I love it because it's pink and white, and my favorite color is pink. And I need the entire cute collection in pink and white. I keep getting the stupid cute music player in blue. Anyway, so she would drop that. I would pick it up. Now it's in my inventory. Now I can drop it, give it back to her, and go buy my own later. And since she is my quote-unquote best friend in Animal Crossing, we can mail each other things too. So, I'm stretching. I don't know. I really honestly want to get my island to a presentable state before inviting anybody back. And also, it's hard for me to invite people because I am not only a slow typer when it comes to the text chat, but I am also, surprise, surprise, afraid of people. So, for the same reasons I can't do instant messaging, it's really hard for me to have somebody over who's right there, who's basically, I'm seeing them in person. That's what it feels like. And I'm like, what if I do something stupid? What if I say something wrong? What if it sounds like I'm trying to get them to leave too soon? What if I sound rude? I don't know what to do. Blah, 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 blah. And that's just how social anxiety is, and it sucks. But if I let strangers in, I'm just gonna be like, don't expect me to talk too much. Just, stuff. And I hear there's been some people who are like forcing people to give an entry fee or to tip them for coming to their island, and I'm like, that's so stupid. And then there are people who try to trade, and they take everything and then from the person and cut the connection before giving them what they promised them. And I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to do that to you. Anything I pick up from you that you drop, that you don't want to literally give to me, like you want it back, I will give it back to you. And I'm not going to, say, oh, you have to give me this many bells for being on my island, or you have to give me all these many turnips or Nook Mile tickets, blah, 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 blah. That's stupid. Animal Crossing is supposed to be wholesome and nice and friendly and kind, which is the same as friendly. It's supposed to be peaceful and not anxiety-inducing. And it's just a shame that we cannot trust real people to respect each other or do anything. It's a game. What are you going to do with all those bells? What are you going to do with all those turnips? You can easily make them by farming tarantulas and scorpions. I haven't gotten any scorpions yet because I'm in the northern hemisphere. But seriously, I paid off an over 2 million bell loan by selling tarantulas to Flick. Don't be dishonest. Just be nice. And you can get whatever item you want as long as you catalog it. They give you some fruit, cool. I mean, the person who I invited to my island gave me the fruits that I needed. And I only asked for 6 because that's really all I needed. And now my orchard is complete. So, and clothes and stuff. We share clothes and stuff, and it's just so simple, to be honest. I don't understand why people just can't be honest and nice and fair. And that's why I like to escape to the NPCs of the Animal Crossing world. And am very, very iffy of real people. So, when Michael and I are finally able to get our marriage license, when we're finally able to go out and get it. Since we're not having a ceremony until we're for sure financially able to pay for it, I figured we'd have a cute little ceremony in Animal Crossing to lost my train of thought, and record it for YouTube. So that'll probably be one of the only times he plays with me. But you know, yeah, the bride's father's supposed to pay for the wedding. That's not gonna happen. So, yep. I think that's it. Hang on, let me think. So anyway, I do want to play Animal Crossing for you guys, despite the fact that I'm not partnered. Still, Muffins isn't going to show up until I am partnered, because that's going to be my biggest moneymaker. So I'll show you guys some stuff and other stuff once I get that going. I'm hoping that on Michael's next day off we'll be able to set that up together, because honestly, I do miss just randomly talking. It's quiet, and I do like to record, and, you know, people listen and people watch, and it's nice to feel like it makes me feel like I'm socializing. And I don't get that a lot, even before the pandemic. The internet is the only time I have to socialize with people, and even that's not very fun, you know, with certain people. And you guys know the kind of people I'm talking about. I know you do. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna set any kind of schedule or anything, but that's the way the news goes. So go ahead and check out the link in the description to see my Animal Crossing photos, and I'm gonna add more to the album as time goes on, and I post them to my Twitter as well. So, that's what's happening. So make sure to subscribe, spread the word of awesome, become a Raytonite, and don't forget to click the little bell. And I shall see you later, alligators and crocodiles. Goodbye.